This is going to be a quick sort of review of Monsieur by Frederic Malle. I'm new to perfumery and fragrances in general, but I have to say that this is one of my favorite fragrances by Frederic Malle. I'll start by the base, that's the part of the scent that I prefer and like the most, and obviously where you're going to be wearing the perfume itself more compared to the opening, for example. But in the dry down you get this very dry, earthy, maybe ever so slightly woody feeling that's sweetened and rounded off by this amber, and maybe the sweetness comes also from the vanilla that I read in the notes, but I perceive amber a bit more, and the sweetness makes the scent a bit less arid, a bit less dry. However, the dryness is always there and evident. I'm not very good at the distinguishing notes in the opening. However, in Monsieur, I do smell tangerine, not as a citrusy sweetness. So don't think about the taste of a tangerine or, like an orange. So it's not citrusy in that way, but think about more so like smelling the exterior of a tangerine. Maybe a tangerine that still has some of its leaves still on it. So that very green, citrusy, very pungent, maybe a bit sour type of smell. But for me, the money is in the dry down. I thought that I didn't like amber a lot, and that's maybe true if the amber is a bit too much present or it's the star of the show of a scent, especially when it's done in a very sweet way, like maybe in 1888 by the Casamorati line of Zerjov. But in this case, I feel like the earthiness and also the dryness that maybe comes from the patchouli and also probably some woody notes, they sort of reduce the power of the amber, so the amber isn't too much there, isn't like nauseating. It's a very controlled, mellow sweetness that adds on to the earthiness. Maybe a bit like in Promise, in which you have this very earthy, at times maybe ashy in that case, dry down, in which, however, maybe the apple cideriness of the opening and the middle part still give it that slightly sweetness to it. So it's not only earthy, dry smell, but there is something to it. Obviously, in this case, it's more sweeter compared to, I would say, the dry down of Promise. However, it's a beautiful smell. I found a used 10 ml decant I would like to buy and then maybe think about buying a full bottle. I love the smell, and together with the Desert Gem line of Frederic Malle, it is like one of the best fragrances I've tried from this house. Let me know what you think and see you in the next video.